Yeah, there's one humongous download going on.
What the hell?
I held the horrors at bay. You are nothing. Think you're quick? You can't get past me.
Well, he's down to 300K.
Yeah, I know.
An insult to my ability.
No way.
243. No, you just died. Everybody died.
Can't describe no
Okay,
more.
who did that?
All right, we can't.
I do not know.
I messaged. He's not seeing it. I don't know if it's him. We're not gonna blame it on. Okay, this is just too hard for us right now.
We were doing fine.
Yeah, twice we've almost
Hey,
got.
and it's going
okay,
on.
everything cleared up.
We were doing.
We
I'm
don't.
gonna mute myself and scream if that.
Can't.
We
This
wiped
whole thing
once and you said
tonight.
that.
Hey, that's because I'm looking at the time and I'm hearing Dad go.
Whatever, fine.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm not doing anything. Quit making things up.
I mean, the plan was to start earlier, but of course we couldn't do that today.
all right, one more time. Did you say everything is good now?
It seems to be. Look at. Oh, you don't have a frame thing, do you? Yep.
Wait, why can't we use the challenge banner on normal? What the heck? Doesn't seem right to me. Is that new?
Don't use it.
No.
Ready?
Enforcer says to focus ads that are on 50%. I'm good here.
Focus
Before we
what?
start, focus the additional enemies.
Okay.
I'm going to mark
So
him with this symbol. That's him. All right. You see it? Just letting everyone know. He's gonna port around, so you know it's kind of hard to follow. Man, I mean, he gives Enforcer and I a run for our money. So.
For some reason I can't do anything. I
Like
can't.
what?
Oh, you
My
are you looking at your chat maybe?
No, my one is grayed out. I mean, it's like I don't
Oh.
have enough.
Try looking at him maybe. What
You
is-
have to be within range.
I don't know what's on
I
the
don't-
one. So
There we go.
Well,
yeah.
It's my taunt.
Oh, yeah, you probably need to be close enough. So at a certain point, he just summons an AoE in front of him. So like, like right now, it's dangerous to stay within like a foot of him. Yeah, exactly. So if you move him, he's out of that AoE and you're safe. Honestly, like he's down 20% and we just started. So
okay, here's my... Okay, there's bad people outside the ring. I'm taking one on.
okay, mom's pulling out the skeleton form. Mom, back up. Social distance about a foot. You gotta drag him out of that.
Prepare to block, it said.
Yeah, I don't get those. It's okay. I understand a little bit more now.
Okay, another ultimate.
You knew that a boss about books would involve being so smart. Sorry, hold on, I'm hanging
Heal
over
me,
you, Mom.
heal me.
Ah! That did it. I mean, it does take a second sometimes.
It's got me in a corner.
That might be a good. Actually, no.
He's doing bad things with books.
Yeah, I can't believe it. He'd be using knowledge this way. He's trying to kill us with books. Wait, trying to kill a baker with bread. Okay, so now we gotta focus ads because it's at 44%. So
Yep.
not mom though, not mom and not me. Not as much at least. Mom's only focus is the boss. He says I'm faster than you. Oh shoot! What happened to me? Oh god, I was hit pretty bad. I think that's probably it. I was hit with like 11k. That's probably it. That blast, whatever it was, just got me. So yeah.
Up, he just killed me while I was trying to res you.
I don't know what it was. It was like a 10k blast in a normal dungeon. Okay. Oh, he's hiding behind the books. He's just hiding here. Why can't I use books like that? We did pretty good though. I mean, apparently there's a lot of area back here. I wonder if you could just run around back here to avoid any enemies. There's a lot of bookshelves to hide around. Yeah, it looks like I was hit pretty bad by the internet. I mean, you tank pretty good. You keep aggro. I don't need to worry about that. You know, and you got your skeleton form, which is pretty good. Keeps his attention. He just drops that AOE, which kind of melts you. So, like, when he does that... So, here's basically what happens with him. It's much smaller, but he summons an AOE... I don't know what Enforcer just did. He summons an AOE around him that's very, very small. This is going to be very big, but... So, it's basically like this, though. He summons it, and he starts beating you up. And so, if you taunt him out of it, it doesn't go with him. And so, you both leave it. And so, once that happens, he's no longer melting you with it. I don't think the statue in the back does anything.
You should have done your research before challenging me.
Honestly, I should have done my research before challenging him. Okay, he does the AoE now, but Mom's not in it because she's like a foot away. Yeah, that's a good idea anyway, just move away. Okay, I've got a green symbol. I don't know what that does.
The realms of knowledge.
So whenever he does like the green thing, he says things like, I'm faster than you. I wonder if it's like a stamina related thing. They really make these hard these days, don't they? It's okay, I got you. I got you, hold on. I've got the fast res ability. You know that necromancers can actually have they have like an ultimate that can instantly resurrect people? It's true. but it's rare.
I lost him.
Yeah, I didn't mark him. Hold on. I marked him. I saw him chasing around Enforcer, who was like running around.
You fool. Blood.
Now see, that book's going to explode and it's going to do a big blast. It's about 10k. I don't know how to stop it, but it's pretty impressive that it hasn't killed us yet. I was going to ask how close are you to the bone form. Alright, can I get over here, maybe? I want to make sure that everyone's getting heals.
Whoa.
Okay, he's in the single digits now.
Dead.
No way. No
I
way.
just died,
Okay,
I
well, that's a
just
good place
died.
to end it then.
My lord. And this
That
is
is
not.
to-
every time.
You sure this isn't vet?
I checked.
My god. Ah.
There's something we
Jeez
need to
Louise.
research.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that Enforcer would know the mechs. He did it last night. On Vet.
Don't be shooting around. You may hit the wrong thing.
I
and get us
didn't mean to. It was going off on its own.
Ah.
Well, whatever. Well, we've got 5. You've got 5 days to do Funko Grottos. So keep that in mind. You only have 1 dungeon on your weekly, or you gotta do 6.
Yeah.
And oh wait, no, never mind. You don't have any because you didn't do the one I did.
I don't care.
No,
Doesn't
we've got
matter.
none.
I'll probably try and get into a group that's doing it.
I mean, dang.
Yeah, that's probably a pug killer, that boss. I can see, like,
We've
people walking in
done-
and turning around.
Oh, jeez.
Does Enforcer know?
Yeah, well, he was stuck in here for an hour, or an hour and a half at least. He did it on Vet.
Good grief.
I mean, I guess it explains why he was stuck here for so long. Except he was
No,
on
does he
final
know?
boss.
Does he know we're running away?
Oh, does he know
So
that we're
what are
running
we
away?
doing that's wrong?
It's I think it's the book combustion. I don't know how to stop it. It just happens, and I don't know anything about it. Hold on.
I know you're there. Step forward.
Whoa,
Don't be
that's creepy. He's like, I know you're there. Oh, he says when book shows up, I think a book appears in a stack you have to find. What? Oh. I lagged so bad that I asked him after he told me. So you have to, so a book shows up and you have to like find that book before it explodes.
Huh.
That might explain why there's a bunch of bookshelves. Is because you're like supposed to run around maybe and find probably a glowing book, and then grab that or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I can't be the one to do that. I'm too busy healing.
Where are we going?
Well, I mean it's 10, so away I guess. I'll find a group that's doing this and.
Yeah, figure out how to get the lowdown.
I mean, I would just keep trying, obviously, but this is probably boss number 1 of 3 main
Yeah,
bosses.
that's what's
I know that's what's
disconcerting
getting me.
about it.
Yeah.
I would expect this hard at the end, which is when you're ready to sob and cry. Me. But the beginning is ridiculous. I can't even get past the first one.
Yeah, Belsonar, I don't think was really like this. It was. I mean, the first boss was chaotic, but this seems a lot more mechanic focused.
Oh well, we tried. Thank you for understanding. You go ahead and do it, and
I'm gonna need to. I
it's
don't
probably
really.
it's probably always best if you go ahead and do these first with people and get that
Probably.
how to. Yeah, it's okay.
It's not like this is gonna be important to probably what's going on this year.
We're not as
If it is, we'll run through. We've got 4 months to run through if it's important.
yeah. We'll get it done.
Well, 5 months. Or no, sorry, 3 months. Because less than 3 months.
So what are we just running away now?
I left the.
I know.
Man,
Or
if
am
only
I
we got,
supposed
if
to?
only we
But-
could have started at like 7 or 6 like I wanted to, but
I don't know. It's like
After 2 hours, I get.
we get exhausted. Was I supposed to go through the door?
that's the way back.
I don't know how to go.
Yeah, but then what?
I don't know, you can just pour it out. I'm gonna see if I can read a couple of those books. Apparently this place breaks into oblivion in several different areas. That's what they said. I wonder if it's a coincidence that they keep using the word rift and we're in the rift. Is that why it's called the rift? Or is it, I always assumed it was called the rift because it's like the different environment between like this and the mountain. Whoa, hey, there's like a Clockwork City thingy here. I don't know. I mean, ooh, this is weird. I want to join this group. They have eyeballs on their clothes. People have been waiting a long time for Hermaeus Mora related content, so that they really want to do their best with it. And I mean, these are the only dungeons we're getting all year, so I think it makes sense to make them, one, difficult, and
I guess.
two, like quality in terms of like, I mean, the visuals are really cool and everything. The way that the rooms are formatted is very different from a lot of the Nedic ruins that I've seen, and so it's pretty cool to explore. Here's another book. Oh, I found like a secret area, but oh no, wait, this is where we came from, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, it is. But then if that's where we came from, then there is a secret area off to the side here.
Well, this is a secret.
Yeah, no, that's where Dad's going. Where Dad's going is different.
Yeah.
What is that?
It leads me this way.
That's
Is this
very
not how
vague.
we came in?
No, I don't think so. There's a guy here. His name is Reinfear, and he's very tall. Why are
He
you so
is.
tall?
You don't look like
very
one of
tall.
those useless scribes. Good. I can't stand them. So excited
What is
about
he?
changing the world.
He might
but
be
not
half
willing
giant.
to deal with the real problem here. Those skittering cartocleps keep finding their way into the vault.
This is a door, but you can't go.
He'll let us into the vault if we
Pests,
kill some
thieves.
stuff.
I keep blocking their holes, but it's no use. They take the keys, the books, the scrolls, and they don't sign anything out. If you see them anywhere, slaughter them. Bring back some proof, and I'll let you into the vault.
Okay, so this is the secret thing. This is like the dungeon secret side quest. So you gotta like kill these cartocleps. I'm guessing it's cartoclep, which is cartography, and the klepto, which is map stealer.
Treasures,
I'm on it.
objects of
So this is
power
the
and
vault,
riches
which
beyond
is
your
closed.
imagination. You won't be allowed near those. There are chests, though. Sometimes the cartocleps steals the keys. If you find a key, you're welcome.
So the
to
vault's that
open
whole
the chest.
section.
He's
down
a
to the
big
lower left.
door.
I am the keeper of the
It's
vault.
like what
the
Lyris
curator
is.
of
Yeah,
the
I think
scribes.
that he might
I know all that is recorded in the Scrivener's
maybe
Hall, and keep it
something
secret
in
from
Oblivion
prying
just made him
eyes.
big.
Light fingers too.
Oh, I just noticed that they've got words on their clothes. It says, oh, I think it just says Hermaeus Mora. Yeah, that's what it says.
He's got a book in his holster.
Well, it says, I see Hermae, so that's Hermae, and then the other side says Morae, so like Hermae Moray almost, which is interesting.
Hermie.
Hermie, that's what people like to just call him, Hermie.
Recording? Yes. Sharing? No. Our Lord
There's
Hermaeus
another
Lord
walkway
taught
over
us
there,
that
but you
there's
can't get to
power
it.
in secrets. I don't let Scrivener's Hall divulge the knowledge and treasures of the realms to just anyone. Not even the Magnus Stylus can waltz in here. I'm the only one who holds the key to this
It's been a
gate.
while since I've seen
This
a
is why
Nord.
the
I'm just
Carterclaps are the
realizing.
greatest
I don't know
threat
why.
to our hall. They do more than just break into the vault. They steal from it. They must be stopped. Valina, that newcomer?
Oh,
She
I
came
went
by
out
here
the.
once asking for some staff or other. Didn't even want to hear about the genuine
I'm
threats
beginning
the
to worry if I get
Carterclaps
into a random
pose.
group, I'm still not going to be able to
She
do it.
said
I don't know.
she's our new leader, but
It was-
at least Kashargo helped me deal with those impish thieves.
There, I mean, like this is. Oh yeah, the vault looks cool. This seems pretty hard. Imagine it on Vet. Imagine that first boss on Vet. There's just so much going on.
No.
I mean, like, there. It looks like I could even use a challenge banner, but I don't know if I could. If I just said no, you can't do that. But I don't know. So many mechs that I'm sitting here thinking, let the DPS do it. I'm just gonna heal. But I don't know what it is. I like how when you go through this, it actually flashes. Like it goes. You see it flash when I go through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's new. I didn't know they could do that. There's a lot of new technology that they've added in this one, from what I noticed. Okay, well, I'll do my best to try to get through this one. Honestly, the other one we probably could have done, but and first says, well, I only got it done on Vet because someone joined that knew the book mechanic and did it for us. Oh, we call that a carry. I really wish I had someone to carry me. Well, he's right though. The boss is right. I should have done my research before challenging him. That's what he said.
It's no joke.
I should have just looked it up.
I
This
think
is
that's
cool.
his way of saying you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to Google it. He's like, Google it.
Know your enemy.
Did you Google me?
How do we get out of here? We have to port out.
No. The staircase in the lobby should take you up. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's over here. Yeah, over here.
Okay. Well, thanks anyway. Thanks for sure anyway.
Good try. This is a new DLC that you were taking. I think for the first time taking a
Yeah,
dungeon.
that's my first
It's
dungeon.
I mean, like good. It's good for
That's not
good for
great.
what it was. That you were definitely tossed into the lake and expected to swim.
Okay, so let me see. I'm going the wrong way.
You could definitely do like base game dungeons like that, or even the earlier DLC dungeons.
Nope, that goes down, so I don't want to go that way.
Enforcer, is he trying to sell these things?
Oh. This is-
What is all that?
This is the door.
What?
He wants to sell them or give them away.
Ah, you young blood, go inside, get killed, have fun.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll let you go and figure that out.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. I guess I should just port out of here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a way shrine right over there, not too far from here. You want to follow me? If I don't run into a troll.
I'm asking for a group to do Scrivener's Hall. I should probably run out and do my endeavors first.
I think I got, yeah, my dailies are done.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna leave the group to grab someone else. Hold on. And I need to get Enforcer. Hold on. Where can I get crabs? I need to find crabs, mud crabs. There's mud crabs.
Go to the
somewhere.
coast.
I'm in the rift. There's no coast.
Who, me?
Sorry, what? What'd I say?
I'm coming along the river. I see, you're on the road. You can do that too. Keep coming. Yeah, there you are.
What was the other one? Harvest. Oh man, I should have been harvesting. I want to do it now because, like, if I get in, who knows how long I'm going to be in there. That boss was pretty rough. Does collecting torch bugs count as collecting resources from the world? I mean, it's there. It's a resource.
There we go.
I think there's some resources somewhere.
All right. Well, thank you. Had a good time.
Same.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Love you. Good
Okay,
night. Bye.
Bye. I don't know if I will see them. I don't know when they're leaving. Come on. Don't give me trouble. My frames didn't really drop during the fight, though. I noticed that. I also would prefer to just restart this quest. If I'm just gonna go in there fresh. Hmm. Come on. It's always the tank. We're always missing a tank. Every time, missing a tank. Give me a goddamn tank. And 2 resources, please. 2 resources, please. There's one. Come on, just find one more resource and I can move on. when my guilds are all ignoring me. This is not gonna work. This is gonna be a lot. This is it. God damn it. Let's check. Army. 2 people. No.
Praise Vivek! You were there to stop Alexandra Canal from capturing the Coral Heart.
Why are there no mud crabs? Shooting mud crabs somewhere here. This is gonna make me so sad. I'm gonna have to queue for one. And even that's gonna be like, no one's gonna show up. Sorry, Malagval, I'm not in the mood. Let's go here and get some mud crabs. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I could have teleported you with me, man. Bear in the Somerset Island. Well, that's... Yeah, bear's there, right? Yeah, I think bear's there. Right? All in all, it wouldn't be too terribly big. Come on. Okay, crab time. Time for crab. I'm sorry about this. I am just minding my own business. I am just tapping into lightning dash, make you angry. Three out of 5. things that you do for endeavors. Apocryphal Inspiration. Okay, that's a cool set. That is the medium set. Here goes. Okay. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Is there someone who's just dying to tank Scrivener's Hall? Surely we're not all backfill though, right?
This one swears the match was right here.
Okay, it's a good thing I took quest. She's just running in the wall. Say. Okay. Where's Tank? This is not good, actually. Not good at all, but...
Oh, through an open.
Wait, no, Tank's in here. I'll go back and read the books when we're done. As it is, let's try to get knowledge as we go.
Skill and speed. This one is glad to have you on his side. The whole, bask in its magnificence.
I need that staff.
That's Valinor.
I like how he's enjoying showing us around.
Then shall I find it?
No one has ever challenged me.
Magnus Stylus. Here we go. Well, actually, no, not quite. Some Arcanist abilities. There's another one. Interesting. What that one is.
Across the room.
I'm gonna hurt the books. This guy might want pieces, so I'm gonna hold on to every piece I get. I do it anyway. It's only good manners.
I must consult the weather's truth, and that gives news of the staff.
No need to involve you, Magnus Stylus. I'll beat anyone who tries to get through here.
Nockley guards the reefs due to his more aggressive nature.
Tank's already pulled.
There'll be no reasoning with him.
Here we go.
Foolish hero to follow the holy field. How fitting.
I'm getting the guy from Moon Keep, the scholar guy. I'm getting vibes because you know the symbols. He's a mage. What's werewolves though?
That's your metal.
I marked him to follow. Does that mean that he's getting more health? Oh god. Does he heal? Oh god, I think he heals that way. Yeah, but for how long? Even the book explosion should keep us alive, or rather, we should live through it. We were so close to getting him that one time. Okay. Now we gotta follow him.
Anacre always was too arrogant.
Here goes.
Of truth, what could Valina mean? No matter, we must retrieve the itinerant staff.
Definitely something to do with the Sparrow's Game. I heard that the Sparrow's Game was gonna be involved, but still. I saw a picture.
The Deadlands Rift is near. Do you see its influence on the walls around us?
Kinda, sorta.
The rift. Krah. Of course the gate is shut. Moonshadow has nothing on the beauty of combat.
Okay, there's a Moonshadow reference. Moonshadow has nothing on the beauty of combat. I'd like to see that, to make a comparison.
Submit or die!
Samurai, stop!
Oh god. Oh no.
Help secure the itinerant staff. Zilipif knows the way.
Valina lied about your death. I'll find that staff before she does.
This one will be in his study.
Am I the only one that went through here? No, I'm just behind. Ah! Secret thing? Oh god. What is all this? Tank turned around. Does the tank not know? Oh wow. Very green. What are those, like Skitterus? I think I have dash.
Get out of our way.
I like their approach to dungeons these days, going through these like different sections. It kind of started with Earth and Root, where they're like, you know, you go like to different themed areas, and obviously you got that with both of these dungeons with themed areas. Keeps it fresh and makes it exciting because you're like, oh, I can't wait to get to my favorite area. Or maybe he went down this because he thought that it was the other one. I don't know. Or vice versa. I don't know. Why does it keep going in here? Oh wow. There's an Infernium? Like as a boss? Up here? Or what? I don't see an Infernium. Actually, no, it's not really out. These are the little versions, but no actual Inferniums. I don't know what's with these weird versions anyway. Better not die. Okay, so we got her now, and Kashargo is still in his study. Why are we going in here? Oh, it's a card to collect. Oh, no, we don't need to do this. This is only for... Guys, I think we're making the tank angry. This is only for, like, secret boss. Okay, here we go. What is a card to collect? scam? Is it just a very big scam? I was trying to run. It's like those Spyro enemies. Of course, you can't run from me. Ah, I got turned around. Huh. Yeah, it's like a scam. It's a backpack.
Your audacity will be your demise.
Oh boy, my weapon is damaged, and if I try to repair it, or rather recharge it, it will
What is it doing?
open my
Protecting the
inventory.
sarcophagus? I reckon we won't be able to get through this without a fight.
Okay, so this is an Infernium. Aziz and the Inferno. Inferniums a very interesting idea of lore talk on them on my USP stream a couple days ago. Effectively, they feed off of Daedra that are high in power and basically just kind of have a fame to them, have a position of respect to them. And for some reason, that seems to nourish it even more. So they seem to grow up with abstract concepts, which is really fascinating. This is a theme that you see in several other instances, particularly with Dagon. So I found it very interesting that they added that with the Inferniums. I mean, this is the first dungeon pack in a long time where I've just really enjoyed like both just a ton. Honestly, I can't remember the last. Oh my god! Oh my god! What do we do? Hold on. I'm glad that my shields held. Those were my shields. That was horrifying. What in the world was it doing? I wonder what that does on Vet. Like, I can't really think of any, like, dungeon DLC where I just really like both of them, you know? This much at least. Because they're visually interesting, story's fun, you know, mechanics are fun.
When all this is over, I'll apologize for acting in another realm. But we really need that staff.
Huh.
Oh, there it is. All right. Time to figure out how this works and return to Scrivener's Hall.
You gotta try to figure out how this thing works? Okay.
Wait, where's Kashargo?
What the heck is that?
Slow down. I don't Kashargo's in trouble? Take us to him. Now.
It's an orrery of some kind, it looks like. She found a chest. I don't know where she is, so she's back here, or she was back here. I don't know where it was. Oh, here it is. Sweet. Okay, spiral skein stuff. Okay, so she serves no flour. How, what a surprise. What a surprise. She's too nice. What does this do? Something good?
Zolopith, you freeze up around spiders. Stay here. We'll bring Kishargo back.
Does he? He's scared of spiders? Is that what he means? Dude. Oh my god. Dude, I haven't been like in Spiral Skein ruins like this, and I mean honestly I don't even remember going on the bridges during the Somerset quest, but if I ever was on like these big bridges, it was during the Somerset quest. Who's that?
Kishargo has to be so scared. He doesn't even know we're coming for him. These staffs are a lot more powerful than I'm used to.
Okay, so she has these things. Gives you damage buff, or rather a defense buff even?
Because I'm a potato.
That one's loud, but it's not as loud as the Nerdroot, which I still haven't fixed by the way, sorry. So no Nerdroots or anything of the sort. I've been very busy. Ah, shit.
We can't dally. Kishargo needs us.
Right as she said that, it's like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna dally. You figure it was the only one that... Oh, there was only some that weren't fixed? Yeah, only some weren't fixed. I'm doing one of the new dungeons, by the way. This is the second new dungeon. What you're seeing here is me experiencing it for the first time.
Valen never trade Hermaeus Mora for this place?
Yeah, right? Are we supposed to be over here? Oh my god. We're going for the car to collect. Okay. Ugh, nice. Ah. You're just gonna wait? Okay. This guy's probably gonna try to run. Ah, we're doing way too much damage, I think. Way too much damage. But even so. He sounds like a Worgen kind of. I feel bad chasing him around. Okay, so I'm guessing that he gave us like one of the keys or whatever that we gotta collect. A little bit more creative than just the standard, you know, go this direction to get a secret boss or whatever. It's a little bit more unique. And then everything happened. Shit. What? No way. Crypt Smash.
Violet's gain. Be careful.
Like 17k in one hit. Cannot believe that did that much damage. That's embarrassing. Come on. Come on.
The staff. I don't need you anymore, Magnus Stylus. The spinner survived.
Oh no.
The staff is mine by right. I am the Magnus Stylus.
Oh crap, Tank's down. Oh my god, now they're down. What the heck? Dude, what does it do? Oh my god. Whoa. 49,000 damage? I think that's probably a tank thing. It's probably a tank thing. You have a strong connection now? Nice.
I'll take it.
Over into my trap.
Okay, so Tank's probably supposed to bring Spider over here. Nice. He says be ready to run. Run! Oh my god. We're getting some some Black Drake Villa deals here. So we gotta beat her up now. Do I look good in better quality? Being focused. Okay, so we got second boss. We got two bosses here. Okay. Gotta bring the boss over to the big frozen thing. Oh god, wait. Oh no. No. Hey, he's okay. Is boss gonna run again? Boss is down! No, we just got hurt. Go! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's so narrow! Ah! Oh! At first I just went off at the edge! Oh no! Oh god! Oh, that was horrifying!
Let's fix that, shall we?
Alright.
Heart is all it takes.
We should probably get this meteor. It's low on health. This is probably important. I'm glad you worried me.
Everything is mine.
Yeah, I'm on fire, but yeah, I'm used to it. I'm just gonna focus the meters in case. First, the tank would probably know. Probably should have done that. Oh well.
We did it, Magnus Stylus. We have the itinerant staff, and Valina is defeated.
You're a strong mage and a good scribe, Missandei. The cost are steep, but such is the price of ensuring the scribes of Mora survived.
Is it over? Is Kashargo all right? That spider. Please go talk to Kashargo. I need a minute to gather my thoughts.
Veleni wanted the staff for Matvala. The staff is a tool. Powerful, but a Magna Stylus can lead without it. That is a truth that Valinor never learned. Is it all over? And so, the scribes return to their rightful place as Hermoa's quiet observers. You've done an extraordinary service. Hermora would be informed of your great deeds. Kashargo will see to that. Here, take this with his gratitude.
Nice.
Magna Stylus, your itinerant staff.
Keep it, Masundi. That staff could not be in better hands. You are the one the scribes need to lead them.
I am going to retire.
Magna. Sir, you honor me.
Still, we must remove the source of the staff's power. The Umber Glyphic.
A glyphic, okay.
The Magna Stylus cannot be obsessed with a tool.
There's a glyphic reference.
I'm Magna Stylus. Goodness. I don't even know what to say. I am. Kashargo has been my Magna Stylus ever since I joined the Scribes. To think that he'd give it up to me? I'm happy, of course, but also, this is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'll be able to perform the duties correctly. I suppose I'll have to learn how to lead the Scribes of Mora. I know which duties Kashargo performed, which responsibilities I saw him take. I guess I'll start there. But I won't be able to do it alone. I'll need Kashargo's help. And Zilipif's too.
Good old Zilipif. He's cute. I love him.
Kashargo mentioned the Umber Glyphic.
Yeah.
If it's as dangerous as he said, Zilipif will be the one to transport it to safety. The itinerant staff's an incredible tool, but its power does not define the Magna Stylus. I'll make my way without it.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this to go back. We're gonna look for books. Oh my god, it took me to, of course it took me back to the beginning. Okay, so let's see here. I was reading this book over here. I didn't get to finish. We need more scribes after the rift to the colored rooms closed unexpected. I like how like SCP-ish this is. It's like the back rooms or something. But yeah, a lot of references to the Whispers. Oh hey, what? I got an emote? Lost in the Woods? Wait, what? Lost in the Woods. You're totally lost in the woods, we can tell. lost. Lost in the woods. I can use this a lot. Also, it's funny because, you know, Hermaeus Mora is called the Woodland Man. I mean, Mora means forest in general, so he's got a connection with the woods. It's very interesting that they would give this to you for doing these dungeons, obviously. Oh, wait, hold on. Look right up here. Octants of the Scrivener. So these are like the virtues? Knowledge is power. The more you know. Obtain all you can. Record your findings. All that is known accounts to nothing if it is not transmittable. Affect nothing. To know a thing and then to not know its outcome is to know nothing. Travel where the paths lead. There is knowledge hidden in the most remote locations. Seek it out and transcribe it. 5. Leave nothing undocumented. Foolish with mortal minds do not have the capacity to know what is important to the Lord of Secrets. Better to record everything than miss what is unique. True. Do not trouble yourself with interpretation. The one who knows values eyes, ears, and writings, not mortal minds. Do not give away knowledge. Those who do not deal in the currency of secrets do not know their worth. Above all, be diligent and ever watchful. Sleeping eyes see nothing. Okay, those are the ones I know about, but there's got to be more, so I'm going to look around. They would definitely, the ones I'm looking for would definitely be like laying about. Like this one, Letter of Resignation. That's right, this one. Do not take all of this. I'm supposed to clean the hallways, sweep for mites, and scrub mildew from the shelves. That's what I was hired here to do. No one told me about any of this realm-hopping business. I thought the Scrivener's Hall would be similar to Fargrave, a way to travel between the realms without being tied to any one prince. All I have was a bucket, mop, broom, brush, and soap suds. Is that enough to clean spiderwebs and fungal grooves off the walls? No. The scribes say they're much too busy to clear away even some of the dust. We're in an underground cavern. There's dust and dirt everywhere. They even leave books open on tables and then have the gall to ask why their books are covered in grime. Don't get me started on that blasted orrery. Have you ever tried to clean cave grit off of wrought iron spikes? I sliced my hand open 15 times. A Clannfear defecated on a chair yesterday. Defecated. Wait, hold on. Oh, I thought that was it. I didn't know they could do that, and if they can't, where'd that fetcher even... Who... I mean, this is the janitor? And also, Dumas... What's that a reference to? I'll get back to it when I'm done. I don't want to think about this. I don't know if I get paid for the services I provide, or if the scribes think I'll clean my room and board... I'll clean for my room and board. And I'm leaving through the next rift. I don't care if it's to the Shivering Isles. I quit. Trillin Ferethi, Lord of the Suns, is giving up and going home. Find yourselves another mob master. Trillin Ferethi. Sounds like a Dunmer. Dunlock. Nothing? I can't find anything. I mean, you think of you think of Dumak, you know, Dwarf King, right? But this is not. That's spelled differently, so I don't know. So the janitor quit. Honestly, I know how he feels. How do you clean all this? Better work conditions would equal happier employees. Come on. Nothing here. rat. Looking for lights, obviously. Nothing. This is the way I want to go, so I don't want to do that yet. Looking through the rooms instead. Every single room needs to be scanned. I could miss something and I don't want to do that. Oh, dang, I thought this was something. I think that was every room. Alright, moving on then. I definitely see it in this area because it's so dark and I don't see anything. Okay, we're in the first boss chamber. I spent a long time in here. You think I would have noticed a book. But... I mean, a book I can read. She's on 3 at the start. I don't really think there'd be a lot in the Deadlands, but maybe? It'd probably be in these areas. Forza says at least 2. Hunting Grounds. Opened first last seed, second era 570. Closed first last seed, second era 570. So they so it looks like they just like open and then close them, like Apocrypha. Hunting Grounds being Hircine, obviously. Apocrypha being Hermes Mora. Second. Okay, no, this is second last seed, then closed the 31st last seed. So they spent some time having that one open. Scuttling Void. That's Namira. Open 28th of Sun's Dusk, second era 570. Close 30th of Sun's Dusk, second era 576. Colored Rooms is Meridia. First of Hearthfire, second era 570. For the First of Hearthfire, second era 511. Wait, no, sorry, 71. Moonshadow is Azura. Open second of Hearthfire, second era 571. Closed 25th of Evening Star, second era 573. The Deadlands, opens 7th Hearthfire, second era 576. Not closed. Baldur's same, not closed. Opens 13th Midyear, second era 580. That one's been open for a couple of years. Come on. It's funny how the gender akin this to Fargrave, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, it's like Fargrave. Except for Hermes Mora does seem to have, you know, a dominion here. This doesn't even hurt. I'm okay. Trust me. See? Ruinous ring. This, you really gotta look around. Lord. That's where I want to go, so I don't want to go there yet. We popped in here. We didn't find anything though. I guess we were looking for the... You're looking for the Cardicleps. Does it like spawn in random areas? Because it's not in here. Just these little guys, cuties. I like the little side quests. You find any Cardicleps? Kill them. Get our stuff back. Huh. I think she would have said if she found anything. Very large area, very deadly. Yeah. Nothing. Well, can I lightning dash over there? Probably not supposed to. But I mean, like, what is over there? Is there like, I think there was like something going over there while we were doing the stuff, like a cinematic, or rather a cutscene. We went into here. I think this is where the Cardicleps was. It might be the Cardicleps spawn in like a random one of these rooms, so you just gotta check to see which one. Otherwise the other ones are kind of useless. Or when they run for you, they hide in another one of these rooms, but I don't know. The Altar of Anguish. Indiana Jones and the Altar of Anguish. She found another one. Okay, open this up. There's really nothing here. I'd be able to see it. Okay, to the study. Ah, perfect. Nice. Vision reports. Success. For the records, I, Plish, traveled through the rift to the Deadlands on the orders of Velina. My travels took me far, and my shoes burned as I walked. My goal was clear: the raging coast, an area of the burn I have to never travel to again. Still, I found my target. A creature of means and plans, with all the time available to meet his goals. A creature of cunning and villainy, but little creative output. My Kori is a lesser Daedroth who in time will amass a collection to rival that of the Demon of Knowledge. What? So she found another one. She says, oh, it's just behind me. I found it where Vilena said it would be a scamp with dreams of grandeur and just enough forethought to see them through. It is with great pride that I did what I was sent to do. I slew the devious Miquette. This may not stop it. Miquette's goal may yet to be achieved, but it was the most I could do to influence the flow of events, as Vilena says we must. Don't you see Miquette in the Deadlands? I don't remember. The name sounds familiar. And, I like, see, here, interestingly enough, this seems a little bit confusing and maybe even a strange typo to a lot of people, where, this Thlish here, references a singular Daedra, calling it a lesser Daedroth. Morian Zenas claimed in his writings that, Daedroth was a proper singular version of Daedra. Daedra, I believe, is plural, and Daedroth is singular. Whereas most people don't abide by that. It seems that some people do, because that seems to be what it means here. Because scams and Daedroth are different. Calling it a lesser Daedroth is like a lesser Daedra, you know, and it was a scamp. And that might mean, just saying, really the only book to reference this is like Doors of Oblivion, I think, and that might mean that Zos was reading, like the developers have been reading Doors to Oblivion. The reason why they would be doing that is because Doors of Oblivion is like it ends up with Morian Zenas being trapped in Apocrypha, and so I theorized that Morian Zenas would like maybe even play a part this year, but I don't know because I was going over the lore, and I think that Morian Zenas might have actually existed later, but I don't know. All I know is that Morian Zenas did write that little bit of information. And if they referenced it, this is the first time they've referenced it, it means that Zos has probably been reading some Apocrypha lore. that's the only book that is referenced in. Letter to the Magnus Stylus. To my replacement. I'm not trying to be flippant, but I know from personal experience that being Magnus Stylus is awful. It's a burden. Leaving the logistical nightmare of overseeing Scrivener's Hall to one mind alone, the entire hall must be filled with accurate information from across the ever-changing landscapes of Oblivion. It is required every time a new rift opens, the maps of the plane must be updated, and the old maps transition to the archives as opposed to the library shelves. Every tome must be verified and uninfluenced by biases. All of this on top of leading the scribes of Mora. What if there aren't enough new scribes? Oh, and how many are lost in Oblivion? How many will perish on their travels? This is a punishment. It has to be. Must have done something horribly wrong. The Res Mora gave me the title to teach me the error of my ways. This sounds like the poor devs at the UESP. We gotta document everything. This changed. We gotta update that. It's a lot more fun, and things aren't changing as often as they do in Oblivion, I'm sure. The one good thing about this title is the Magnus Stylus' study. It's the only room in this cursed hall where it's possible to relax, and the activities that drew me to join the scribes in the first place. Okay, relax and read. It's a room which is mine and mine alone, and also the only room where no one will touch the internet staff. I'm not happy carrying the staff outside of excursions into the plains, though some Magnus Styluses of the past took it everywhere as a symbol of their status. I find it too unwieldy for clerical work. Sometimes when I use it, I get the feeling that the staff has a power of its own. Something that calls out to the void and is answered. I prefer not to think about it. Oh. And as a last note, don't even bother to go into the vault. Rainford won't let you in unless you help him deal with those carticlips. Don't ask me what they are. I just told Ryan Fury I'd help him, and then walked away. He just walked away. If Reinfer isn't the Vault Keeper anymore, then don't bother with his replacement. Reinfer will probably choose someone like himself to watch the Vault. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll do fine. Magnus Stylus, Rulina Brank. So this is who it was before the Khajiit, and that's what I thought, because the writing is not Khajiit. He's not saying this one or anything. This person's saying I, etc. So this was a Magnus Stylus before him. That's like a stressful job. Now this thing. This freaking thing. Orreries are always wild, man. Orreries are just crazy. Look at this. So there's a lot going on here. This is obviously made by Needs. I mean, it could be that these are the same Needs from Seeker's Archive that established the same thing here. They are obsessed with maps, and also they do literally interplanar travel, so maybe they could even teleport themselves over here. Who knows? It's really not that far away, so I feel more comfortable with it. But this is obviously Nedic work. This group started as Needs, or at least this is made in a Nedic ruin, but I'm pretty sure, you know, you see like doors that have kind of the Nedic vibe to it. And it's Terminus Mora style, so it's they probably venerated Mora. Do you miss the other book? I don't. Where was the other book? Where would you describe it? Are these various planes? I'm guessing it's the only thing you would need an orrery for, I guess. It's right behind where you were. I found two books in here. There are 2 books in here. Is there one in here? I don't see anything. Grapes. This thing's weird. After entering the portal to the spiral scan, cross the bridge to the round island thing on the map, then after the second bridge is right on the doorway. Think. This looks like Nirn. You got Nirn and Master and Secunda. The other things, I don't know. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one has a moon, so maybe 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. It could be that these are all just the Atric planets, and then this is Nirn that we're looking at here. Maybe, because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 accumulatively. Yeah, looks like 8. Now, I'm not the smartest. I don't remember which are moons and which are moons. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me give me a second here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I miscount? 1, 2. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that one has another one though. That gets complicated. 6. This looks like the only one that has. Oops, this is like the only one that has a tiny additional moon. Doesn't look like the other ones do. So, and that obviously gives like Nirn vibes or whatever, but then like, what's the center, you know? So that would make it 9. But also, it's like, okay, then what's the center? Well, I guess the center would be Nirn, wouldn't it? If that was the case. I mean, no. I don't know. I'll think about it. Spiral skein. I mean, they could just be the Realms of Oblivion or something. It's like, okay, at that point. Across the bridge. Oh god, I almost went around. The webbed wing. Across the bridge. Not this way though. The other way. To the round area. Which is, I guess, this. And then after the second bridge, it's on the right of the doorway. Huh. Does that like slow you down or something? Oh, there's a chest. Oh, she's talking about the chest. Oh, I thought she was talking about a book. I didn't know she was talking about a chest. RIP! I thought she meant a book. Ah. This is odd. Did we go through here? Did we fight a... Did we fight a card eclipsed here? These ones aren't marked, so it's harder to find them. Makes sense. Oh, I went back. Silly me. Gotta keep your eyes peeled. Another. Oh, that's right. No, we did get one. Yeah, we did get one. That's right. We got one over here. Totally forgot. Okay, I don't need to look for it. Why don't we go back to the vault then? You know. Why don't we just do that? Go back to the vault. Talk to the guy. You did all you wanted, right? Collect more keys before you do the vault. How do you get more keys? I thought we got every card. I thought we got every card eclipse there was. Are there more of them? What does this do? I'm just kind of standing in it. It's not. I don't know. Oh, it is holding on to me. Ew. Run the dungeon again and again. Oh, it's gonna be like the Imperial, like, prison and shit. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought they would go away as soon as you were done with the dungeon. ESO crash? No! Ew. Dead spiders everywhere. Good to see some Spiral Skein stuff again. Oh god, makes a squishy noise. This is where Final Boss starts. Mephala, Mephala, she's got a statue to herself. Wait, hold on, let's do this. Yeah, got a picture. Yeah. Wow, look at that. Definitely didn't expect the dungeon to look like this. They are just getting really ambitious with these views, aren't they? I can't cross that either. It looks like the bridge broke. Ah, man. It's weird. It doesn't say that you're gone. Oh wait, no, you log back on. Never mind, you're here. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. I liked it. It was fun. So some secrets to uncover. Got an emote. Lost in the woods. Again, I think the Lost in the Woods thing is a reference to Hermaeus Mora. Again, I mean, Lost is like obviously it's ironically not having knowledge, and Hermaeus Mora, his name obviously means part the Mora part at least means woods or forest. So that's probably a reference to that. Is that what it's called, huh? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, never mind. Okay, no, we got it. I wasn't reading that. No. Hold on. I'm still reading it right, and it shouldn't be set off. What's going on here? What's going on here? This should not be checked off. Defeat Velina and Lamekai without a single party member, setting off an elimination trap in Veteran Scrivener's Hall. Well, sure, that is true. I did totally accomplish that. That was something that I did just now. Definitely not regular, normal. I did Veteran, 100%. That's a glitch. That's probably got to be taken care of. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Nice Bantam Gore. Yeah, you got it too? Okay, yeah, so the achievement's bugged. There's gotta be a ticket sent in for that or something. At first I was like, nah, hold on, I misread that. Wait, no, hold on, I totally read it correctly. So yeah, I'm unsure. I don't know the last dungeon DLC where I really enjoyed both of them to a very high degree. It's usually like one's kind of one I prefer. I don't really know with this one. I honestly just don't know. Everything about them I like. I mean, I would put them up. I mean, I wouldn't like put them above Unhallowed Grave, but they're up there with Unhallowed Grave. You know, I would not hesitate to put them up there. And I haven't even tried Vet or anything, but they definitely have my interest a lot more than the other dungeons. I mean, it's just kind of like, it's like Earthen Root was fun, but Grave and Deep was really good, right? So that was like, oh, that one's clearly my favorite. Corollary was fun, but Shipwright's Regret was like really fun. So I was like, oh, that one's my favorite out of those ones, right? And it's like, you know, same thing happened with Red Petal Bastion. Red Petal Bastion was really good, but it was like, okay, Dreadcellar's okay. And then, like, I don't know, Black Drake Villa, I guess, would be better than the Cauldron. They just seem to be like, for me, it seems to be like a relatively easy guess to choose one over the other. This one's hard. This is probably the hardest one in my history of playing, you know, since they've been, since I started playing in 2018. I guess Dips of Melitar and Frostvault are pretty good. Those ones are pretty sweet. I mean, it's really good that, you know, it's good that these are the dungeons that we're getting. You know, these are the only dungeons we're getting all year. It's good that it's these ones and not something else, right? I like it when Enforcer turns around, he glows. Look at him glow. You wouldn't be able to tell by the front. By the back, he glows. I know that's not weird. Wait, what? Check achievements? What achievements? Cool skin. Ultramarine, which I've been informed is actually a real color. Check achievements for pest control. Pest control, pest control. Squash 500 rulings. Why would you do that? Why? Why would you do such a thing? Is that even important to any... I guess it is. You wouldn't get a title. A title? Really? Is a title worth that? Is it? They seem to like give titles to like the really hard ones. I don't get it. I guess it's like to show it off, but I think like things like skins are cooler. Now this sounds awesome. This sounds cool. You just gotta do it on Vet. Oh wait, no, hold on. Pest control is only for veteran. Oh. Is the memento like the square Rooney thing? Please be the square Rooney thing. I want the square Rooney thing so bad. The like forbidden Rubik's Cube, as Jared says. Ah! Indeed it is, but a much smaller version. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, I see, hold on. So that's a glyphic, right? That's what it called that, right? Yeah, it's a glyphic. So those things are glyphics. If that's what a glyphic is, that's what was in Balsanar, unless they're just using the same model, but I don't think so, because it's probably related. That's probably in Balsanar. That's what you get as a glyphic, and then they talked about like what Umbran glyphic or something. These glyphics seem very important. I say that also because a prologue quest that we're going to be getting, which there's a glitch where you can see it, but you probably shouldn't be able to, or it should have details. Let me see it. Hold on. Here we go. Right here. So this is what we're going to be doing for doing this quest. You know, help Emerald the Wise gather the 3 glyphics and preserve the realms of Apocrypha Nirn. So, it's going to involve glyphics. And you know what? Looking closely, you can kind of even see, I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know if that's like a used asset or whatever, but, like, I don't know if that shows up anywhere else. But it looks like, yeah, see, as a memento, you get a glyphic. Glyphics are going to be important. I'm guessing that glyphic is probably what was in Scrivener's Hall. I have no idea what they do. I have no idea what the properties of them are, but they just seem weird. Apparently that staff used a glyphic as well. So, yeah, there's stuff going on. I don't know if they're going to be our MacGuffin or something just to kind of start the story off, kind of push it in the right direction. I don't know. But it does. It's a good way to kind of combine the dungeons with the year-long story, I guess, without players being confused, right? Because no player is going to look for this if they do this dungeon 5 years from now. No player is going to be going like, oh, what's is the glyphic hyper important? Because, you know, they don't think to look for that. It's just going to be, oh, glyphics are cool. So it's a good way to kind of, for people who are looking out, for people who are, you know, in the know, they're curious about this for this year. I would say that's probably how they should go about this from now on. Because the dungeons were very much like, they felt like a chapter in a book, and, you know, you weren't reading the book, and you were just reading the chapter, and you'd feel kind of lost. This is much better, right? Both this and Belsonar feel very isolated. You know, I could do this 5 years from now, and it doesn't really seem like it leads into anything in particular or whatnot. It's just fun. And that's how dungeons should be for just the rest of the future of the game. ESO is always trying to find ways to cater to all crowds, you know, PvP, PvE, people who don't give a shit about the lore, and then people who, you know, just live and breathe the lore. And so they always want to find a way to please them all, and sometimes trying to please one can come at the expense of pleasing the other. So to find a very happy middle ground like this is good for the game. Very good. I mean, I also don't have a confirmation that these glyphics are going to, like, these particular glyphics might not even be related, to be honest. Like, it could be that, you know, it could be that they don't even mention this Umbran glyphic or whatever, but glyphics in general are going to be involved. It's obvious. I mean, like what book has glyphic in it, right? I mean, like, when did we ever hear this word? I don't got a single book. So, yeah. Also, if we knew about glyphics before this year started, like if we heard about glyphics, or, you know, if it leaked or something, everyone would have assumed that they had something to do with spellcrafting. Trust me, everybody. Everyone would have just been like, it's spellcrafting. It's, you know, you use these glyphics for a spellcrafting system. I was not on team spellcrafting myself. I thought that it sounded too complicated and it would break the game, so. Imagine being Zos and, like, working so hard to make the Arcanist, you know? Like, they had to do I think they had to, like, free up tons of memory to make the Arcanist work. And so they work their hardest to clear the way for the Arcanist. They craft all these abilities and lore and animations and everything. And, like, Necrom's about to release and everyone's like, gee, you sure can't wait for spellcrafting. Yeah. I think Arcanist was received very well. Arcanist was definitely received with the highest of praise. It's all like anyone was talking about was Necrom and Arcanist, you know. So personally, when it was announced, all I was talking about was Necrom in general. I was just like, oh my god, it's Necrom. We're getting Necrom. I'm so excited to see Necrom. It looks fantastic. Oh my god. For me, the class was kind of, you know, secondary. Whoa, look at the designs on this. It looks like a, you can't see it very well now, but it looks like a guy with a crown, to be honest. You can clearly see, like, a figure and then spikes at the top of what looks like their head. It's an interesting design. So, I mean, like, they talked about using this place to hide away, you know, from... You know, we use magic to hide away from the rest of the world. I don't know why that is not happening now. I don't remember if they explained it, but... it's a good way to maybe, like, say, you know, they get back to it in the future, and so that's why you never encountered this group. Or maybe it died off, I don't know. But... I just know that Kashargo mentions it, and... like near the beginning of the quest. Oh, I thought it said elves, fact or fiction. I don't know, man. I don't believe in elves at all. Let's look at the sets. Let's do a set overview. All right. I've got a few things to mark here, though. I've freed up a lot of space, so I can hold a lot of things. New. Okay, we got light is Rune Carver. Rune Carver's Blaze. Which again, if people saw Rune Carver, they would freak. They'd be like, ah, it's for spell crafting. Rune Carver's Blaze is our light set. 2 items adds 121 weapon and spell damage. 3 items adds the same. 4 items adds 1400 offensive penetration. 5 items, your damage over time effects deal an additional 540 flame damage every 3rd damage tick. This damage scales off your weapon or spell damage. It's flame damage based. I guess that's why it's called Rune Carver's Blaze. Abyssal Brace. You'll see the word abyssal used often for, like, Hermaeus Mora. You'll see a lot of water terminology for Hermaeus Mora. I mean, the tentacles kind of help with that. This is the heavy set, which seems to be very stamina and health based. 2 items adds 1032 maximum stamina. 3 items does the same. 4 items adds 1136 maximum health. 5 items adds 1610 maximum health. 5 items. While you're bracing, you and group members within 12 meters of you gain minor evasion, reducing damage taken from area attacks by 10%. Okay. Okay. So we got some AoE defense here. Obviously, bracing, you know, being a thing that tanks are going to be doing often, so it'll be like helping. It'll help your group a lot. You know, you're bracing against a boss's attack, and everyone around you begins to get, you know, a damage reduction from AoEs going on during, like, the boss fight. That could be pretty good. Now you've got Apocryphal Inspiration, which is the medium set. 2 items adds 618 critical chance. 3 items adds 121 stamina recovery. 4 items adds 121 weapon and spell damage. 5 items, you and your group members within 28 meters of you gain major fortitude, major intellect, and major endurance, increasing your health recovery, magicka, and stamina recovery by 30%. Man, I could use a lot more recovery. It's just saying... Oh, hold on. You and your group members gain this much. Like, just consistently? Just as a consistent thing? Pretty sweet. I wonder if tanks are really going to be going for like that Abyssal Brace style. Or style. The Abyssal Brace set. And I don't know, obviously I don't know what the monster set does. And I hear that furnishing patterns actually drop from like chests in here, I think. Maybe even more. So there's some cool patterns to get for like the I think the banners and the doorway, the Hermaeus Mora style doorway and stuff like that. I think you can get those. Will this take me across the bridge? Oh my god, it does. Huh.
This endeavor
Ah,
has
cool.
made
Hold on.
Kishargo
We're dialing.
realized it.
Suddenly wanted to go back to
He was
Apocrypha?
too old to be gallivanting across the plains. It's time he passed the mantle of Magnus Stylus to someone else. But Kishargo will change the itinerant staff. He will remove
The
the Umber.
Umberglyphic. It's Umber. The Umberglyphic.
The itinerant staff is powerful, and power is corrupting. So, we will limit what it can do. The staff can remain the symbol of leadership, but from now on, any scribe who crosses a rift is responsible for their own safe return. The Umberglyphic gave us much security, but recent events have shown that it cannot be trusted with the scribes. The Glyphic shall remain a mystery to Scribe and Spider, and his last act as Magnus Stylus, Kishargo will send it away for safekeeping.
Okay, so here's the thing. So he's sending away the Umberglyphic, and I think that Psijic Order lady takes the other glyphic, right? Oh, I think she takes it to Artaeum. I think so. I could be wrong with that. And so maybe someone has the third one. Probably the Arcanist that serves Hermaeus Mora, Laramel. She probably has it. Or you have to look for it, maybe.
She's the pinnacle of a scribe of Mora, and staunchly upholds our duty to Apocrypha. More importantly, she's experienced one of the worst calamities to ever befall the scribes. She'll know how to avoid this situation in the future. Kishargo will offer his assistance as an advisor. There are many secrets she must learn. The entrance where we met being only one of them. Many qualities of a leader can be taught. Mazanti's shelves are filled with the ones that cannot.
This armor, though. It's got a cool effect on it. And yeah, they do a really good job with the landscapes and everything. Somerset? Oh yeah, that's right, because this is where I got pulled into the dungeon. Oh, a chest. Did you find the Mephala book? Wait. Oh my god. No, hold on. No, I didn't know there was a Mephala book. I thought, because I was looking for it, and then people directed me towards the chest, and so I thought the chest was all there was. Mephala book, Mephala book. Where's the Mephala book? Wom. I'm guessing it's in the Sprouse game. Where is it entirely? Like, exactly? Do you know where? It's probably where he's standing or something. You know exactly on the flow. On the floor behind a stack of books. Oh. That narrows it down. Was it in the spiral skein, or like the beginning of the dungeon, end of the dungeon? Do you know? I mean, there's stacks of books here. Oh no. It's a Mephala book. It's... God. Just gotta find a book. Just gotta find a book. Might not even be in here. Hey, at least it's not Apocrypha, right? That would be hard. He's like, hey, could you find me this book? Sure. It's probably in the walls. Oh, it's a letter. It don't, either way, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll find it. I mean, it would make sense if it was by the spiral skein, wouldn't it? Ah! Ah! Okay. Why he's so fast, though? Why do they program NPCs that are faster than normal running speed? They need to fix this. It makes me wonder, like, it's like if these Nidic ruins are, you know, really old, we're talking like predating the, you know, actual settlement of Nords, you know, predating Ysgramor's actual return, at least by a little bit, or maybe even a lot, if we want to encounter in the Breton, or the needs being created on the, you know, man being created on the throne of the world theory. But even not entertaining that, then it could still be, you know, it could date back to God knows when, before even the Nords show up. So that means, what if the Nords like got the name the Rift by like, I don't know, maybe just someone let it slip that this place was here, and it's like this place is literally just themed rifts. Everything about this is rift. They use the term rift a lot in the achievements as well, like Rift Master, etc. So I don't know, like what if it's called the Rift because of that? I mean, it's also technically like a geological rift, so it's probably not that. That's probably silly. It was funny though. It's funny that they put this dungeon, this rift focused dungeon, in the rift. I swear this thing's annoying me. It's like, again, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them. I mean, like if there was 10, I'd be more willing to say like, one's, you know, it's like we've got Master and Secunda, and then like we've got, you know, some Adric planets, but even so, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know. It could just be Realms of Oblivion, which I don't know if they're like more like planets, you know? I don't really know. Never outright said. But when they do say plane, obviously you think like, oh, like a planet. Oh, maybe it's over there somewhere. He said it was behind a stack of books. Behind a stack of books. There's no books here. No books here, just spiders. This seems safe. Hey, do you guys think I should touch this? Best idea I've ever had. Okay, so we're gonna look for... I mean, there's probably not gonna be any books here. This seems like the end of the line when it comes to books. The vibe this place gives, like, I don't know what it is, like a Diablo-ish game, especially if you put your view as like this. You're like, he said, how do I check eidetic memory? I've got an add-on, sorry. Yeah, I've got a library add-on, so I can search it up. If you're just asking how to check in general, you want to pull up Journal and then click on Lore Library, and it'll be just everything in here. You'll see eidetic memory at the bottom, but you can't search it. If you want to search it, that's not base game. I use a mod. Pretty useful though. Oh man, I'm never gonna find this thing. There's no more books to be had. Shoot. Do you remember like what this note had to say? In general, I mean. It's so sticky. I'm sorry, my D-drop was right there. Something about bringing something to Mavala. Let's try, I don't know. Wait, what? Oh, that's someone's name is Bowman. But it is related to a staff. We're not gonna read about the unraveling staff, though. That's a nightmare. Now hold on. Is it like Old Elvish? Is Umber like an old Eldophaic term or something? Amora scribe maybe going to Mavala? Yeah, it would make sense, yeah. Is Umber Old Umber? Usually means like elder something or old something. Many assume by the name alone that Old Umber is an extremely aged cheese. This better not mean cheese. I swear to God, if Umber means cheese.
The cheese glyphic.
In the tradition of Eider, is that how you say it? That cannot be further from the truth. Rather, the name is a sign of how long the cheese has been part of Whiterun's culinary landscape. I hesitate to even call it a cheese, frankly, for its method of production is unlike any other cheese I know. They collect whey from curd pressings rather than discard it and combine it with cream. This mixture is boiled in a wide jello pot over the course of many hours. The liquid becomes solid over time, and in doing so, it adopts a pale brown color and caramel-like aroma, hence the name Umber. Wait, so is Umber an actual thing? What does it mean? Is it a color? I think of Umbra or Umbra first thing, but I'm gonna look so stupid if it's an actual word. But hey, let's learn something. Umber, a natural pigment resembling but darker than ochre. Normally dark yellowish brown in color, so it's a color. So it's an old color, so it's like a mixture of Elvish and like a Cyrodiilic or something. Which seems very Breton, to be honest. But that being said, that's a color, right? What other kinds of glyphics do we know about? Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. There was an emerald glyphic, right? Right? Because you get it as a... you get an emerald glyphic, unstable emerald glyphic. So this is all based on color. Color. Okay. So what if we go to Scribes of Fate, and what is there another glyphic thing? Does it describe the glyphic's color? I don't remember. Onyx. So here's another color, onyx glyphic. So we've got like umber, onyx, emerald. They're all color based, it seems. So when that, I've been kind of looking for color being a reoccurring theme for a while. I'm thinking that, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with Meridia, maybe not. But really, though, the first thing that comes to mind is that we have a confirmed location for Necrom that is listed only here, I believe. There's a place called the Chroma Incognito. Chroma meaning color, incognito meaning secrets or hidden. And so it's kind of odd because you don't, like, what does color have to do with anything? I wonder if these glyphics are related to that. And if we're talking, if like colors are connected to all this, I'm thinking that Meridia is coming back into the game. Maybe. I mean, it's a bit of a leap, but suddenly we're dealing with all these colors, and we're going to a place called the Chroma. You don't really think of color when you go to Apocrypha. It's not, it's not rainbows over there. So I don't know. But All these glyphics are at least color-based. We at least know that, so that's something. Onyx, Emerald, Umber, which is a new color that we're learning today, unless you guys are much smarter than I am. Snap. Yeah, I still haven't found this piece of paper, though. Hi, Mafala, how are you doing? Do you know where I can get a piece of paper about you? You think you'd be here, right? You think you'd be here. It would make sense. Too much sense. These spiders trying to intimidate me with having they're holding their legs up. You're just exhausting yourself, boys. I ain't here to fight. Hey, the bridge is bad. The bridge is gone. Maybe it's like Indiana Jones. You just have to believe. Yeah. No! Honestly, I should have just... this is kind of a blood port. Kind of a blood port. Okay, well, let's check this whole area, I guess, first. Go all the way around. Okay, so, there is this book. Does this book reference Mafala at all? I don't think so, because he doesn't understand what's going on here yet. What is the second book reference? Maybe I already read it, you know. It's very possible that I already read it. No, this is the rules. There was... Right, hold on. What if we found her name? She's probably the one that wrote it, to be honest. What was her name again? Valina. I don't know. Wait, hold on. No, this is the one this is the one with the Daedroth. Hold on. Well, no. Yeah, see, this is just gonna be impossible to find out if I got it or not. Bah! It's annoying. Give me a second. I know I have a list of how many books are in here. My friend posted it. I just gotta access it. Come on. Okay, here we go. Letter to Magnus Stylus, mission report successful. Bazandi's rift tracking, Scribes of Mafala, Elections of the Scrivener, excerpts from Kishargo's journal. I mean, I found Letter to the Magnus Stylus, right? That was the one... Okay, and then here's the excerpts from the journal, which is the one that I'm standing right next to, right? So, there's two. Mizandi's rift tracking, that was the document one. Scribes of Mephala might be the one that I'm missing. The Octant's resignation. Yeah, it's the Scribes of Mephala that I'm missing. So it does exist. Okay. It's going to be later on in the dungeon, because at this point in the dungeon, you're not even supposed to know that Mephala's involved, you know? That's like, you get hints, you know, they're talking about whispers, all that stuff, so... Wait. Oh. Enforcer found it. Okay. Hooray! I'm heading to you. I'm heading to you. Thank you. Yeah, Scribe of Mephala. Yeah, that's what my document says. It's the only one I'm missing. And I've got all of them in Bolsonar, so this will be the last book of the dungeon DLC. There's still a lot of dialogue that I need to go over, though. You know, I had to bypass some dialogue because you gotta be quick. Both in Bolsonar and here. So... I was in here. Where is it? You tricked me. You lied to me. I don't see anything. Oh. Wow, look at this. Throughout the eons of the library in Scrivener's Hall, there has been... throughout the eons of the library in Scrivener's Hall has been attended to, there's one dedicated test for the Magnus Silas. One examination to prove other skills and talent align with the responsibilities set out for them. Whenever a rift to Apocrypha appears, the Magnus Silas must cross the threshold and hear the voice of Hermaeus Mora. During my training with Kashargo, I never once doubted my abilities. I knew I was the strongest, most powerful, most intelligent, most adaptive aspirant to ever join the Scribes of Mora. She thinks she's like an anime protagonist. If I ever doubted myself, Kashargo was there to tell me how important I was. He bolstered my confidence, compared me to the other scribes, and openly found the other wanting. My ascension was all but confirmed. All I needed to do was wait for the rift to open. But when the time came, I didn't hear a thing, not a word or whisper. Hermaeus Mora ghosted her. It was as though all of Apocrypha fell silent. Within the realm, I was deafened. The silence stilled my blood. It made me feel like a rabbit who can't see the hawk diving from above. Oh, I feigned delight. I made sure that old fool wouldn't question my ascension. But I knew question my ascension is a good... It's a good album name. I knew what this meant. Hermaeus Mora turned his eye from us. He shunned us and our work. Either we failed him, or he lost interest in what Scrivener's Hall has to offer him. I see the devotion those fools like Kashargo and Mizandi show to the Octants of the Scribes. I know that nothing we've done has upset the one who knows, which can only mean one thing, that he no longer values us. I refuse to work for a master who does not care for me. That's not the end of the story, not even remotely close to it, because I heard a voice. I felt my calling. It was not the silent halls of Apocrypha, filled with the dead tomes and idiotic watchers. Hey, it's rude. I know I heard a voice from the illuminated fungi of Spiral Skyne, a realm of hidden knowledge and life, where information is stored in living minds and not dead books. A place where scribes can grow, not remain stagnant in the ideologies of a long-forgotten time. Our work is valuable to the Whispering Lady. Slowly, I will break the scribes from the Octants, showing them the errors in that way of conduct. And when the time is right, I will shift our allegiance from Hermaeus Mora to Mephala. The rift to the Spiral Skyne will never close. We will not be abandoned by our new teacher, and through her we will learn to listen for her, the hidden knowledge, the secrets of true power. She's so arrogant because she's like, I'm the best ever, and Hermaeus Mora obviously knows better because he's smarter, but she's like, I'm smarter than Mora. I'm smarter than that guy. So obviously, if he doesn't like me, then he's wrong. because I'm the best. So she just goes to Mephala instead. I mean, Mephala definitely a Daedric Prince of Knowledge in a way, you know, secrets and everything. Also trickery and, you know, other things. Other strange and lewd things. But, I mean, obviously, she's a lot more of a killer, you know. Death is more her domain. Hermaeus Mora is kind of more of a passive. Hermaeus Mora will kill someone for knowledge though, but he's a lot more passive. He just wants to read his books. This is pretty neat though. In terms of like turning to Daedra instead of like, you know, like shifting allegiance to another Daedra or whatever, this is a pretty good story. It's not really like a mind control corruption or anything. She literally has a reason to think this, you know, because she's built up as being the best. I mean, there's a very Anakin thing going on here with her, you know. It's like, oh, you're the best, you're doing great, and it's like, but you're not good enough. You don't pass you don't hear the whispers that you should hear. You hear the whispers from the. Do they call Mephala the Lady of Whispers? Or am I getting confused? She's got like 1,600 names. Also, is it Skine or Skane? How do you pronounce that? It's a real word. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Thank you for helping me find this enforcer. Skane.
Skane.
Skane. A loosely coiled length of yarn or thread wound on a reel. You know, whereas we just see one section of the spiral skein, not entirely sure which section it is. There are multiple sections of the spiral skein, and let me see. There's a book on it. I think this should be it, right? Yeah, I mean, like, so there's different sections. I don't really, the section that we always go to, I don't really know which one would fit best, because some of them are kind of abstract, you know. But this is what's claimed to be the spokes of the skein, the 8 strands. It's very interesting how it's described, you know. In oblivion, keep your secrets, and the secrets of those entangled in your webs of subterfuge and semblance. The spiral skein is your realm, and like Nirn, is the center of a tower. The pillar place of Mephala, whose true name is too awful to be uttered. Spun around this pillar, like spokes, are the 8 strands of the skein, to each its own space, and to each space its sin. First is a cavern of plinths and pedestals. Each is a lie, for they pretend to hold up the sky, and the sky is the greatest lie of all. Second are the chambers of envy, for compared to the cavern above, they are cramped and confined, and therefore they hate the cavern. Third are grottos alluring and seductive, for their walls and ceilings glow like 1,000,000 stars and sing a song of love, but the glowing lights are maggots, and the song they sing is decay. Fourth are the tunnels of fear, for they are eternally dark, and where there is darkness there is dread. Fifth are the halls where fair is foul, and foul is fair, and every belief is betrayal. Sixth is the arena of murder, for ever shall betrayal be followed by murder. The arena of murder. For all we know, this could be the arena of murder, to be honest. I mean, it's like, some of these are pretty specific, some of these are pretty vague. Seventh are the arcades of avarice and appetite, for contained therein are all things mortals would kill or die for. Eighth is the flaming skein of fury, for as death comes to all mortals, therefore all treasures are lives. May not be taking lightly this into a full-on OC. That's a new DLC treating me. This is the best dungeon DLC they've had in ever. I mean, like, it's my favorite dungeon DLC that I probably have played since release. I'm seeing feet. Are those enforcers' feet? What? I've noticed this whole time. Oh man. Yeah, this is my favorite dungeon DLC. Like, I've liked both of these dungeons a lot. Like, it's not like either of these are my favorite dungeon, but they're up there, you know. And I'm enjoying both of them like equally. So that's kind of a first. We're just watching Enforcer dance today. I'm glad they're really talking about the ever-shifting nature of Oblivion. I think that's a good idea. I think that, like, you know, the more they talk about that, the more they kind of let people know that Oblivion isn't always, like, the same everywhere. The more, I think, we open ourselves up to more Oblivion DLCs, because we're going to need that. You know? So, like, for example, we could get the Shivering Isles, and the Shivering Isles could, like, all the architecture could be different. They might just go with the same format, but like have different areas to it, right? Because it's just this ever shifting. You know, Oblivion changes. So, especially the Shivering Isles. I mean, where like it's everything being the same constantly in the Shivering Isles seems like exactly the opposite of Shaggorath's nature. They added a "What am I looking at?" label at the housing editor. Yeah, I got that when I looked into a mirror. I like it when your foot just like steps off the book and you just lean down. Locke says NVIDIA had a new driver update today that solved his issue. I tried to tell people about the NVIDIA, and they said no. They said, no, it's not it. No, that wouldn't make any sense. But that was it. I mean, Mom didn't have to mess with her NVIDIA, but Locke did, I guess. Anyway, like, I haven't done everything in these dungeons. You know, we got veteran content I still got to do. The lore is great. The voice acting is great. Mechanics are really fun. Visuals are fantastic. You know, I was a little bit annoyed at the fact that they had like this weird Nedic ruin in this area of Skyrim, but it sounds like the Scribes of Mora, which probably built this place, are also cartographers, and they literally like map out Plains of Oblivion. And if they map out Plains of Oblivion, they can probably also teleport themselves. God, honestly, I probably wouldn't even have an issue if they were in Black Marsh, because it's like this group is completely, you know. It's completely different from the normal needs you probably see in the Deathlands, so I don't really mind them being here in Skyrim. I mean, like, because you don't usually see these ruins at all over here, you know. It's good. All of it's good. I was just kind of annoyed when I learned that they were putting in the Rift, because I'm like, why? It doesn't look like Rift stuff. But yeah, I mean, so I theorized that it could be that the Scribes of Mora actually like was a Nedic like cult that started and built the Seeker's Archive, and then they were probably either, you know, they were probably like the Yakutans came, obviously, you know, just tore up everything. They could have like teleported themselves, who knows where, just teleport themselves here, you know, into these mountains. It's a pretty solid theory if you ask me, because you know this kind of architecture you always see related to the Deathlands needs. You don't really see it in, like, most other places. Where's Scalecaller? You see it in Scalecaller, though. Wait, no, you don't. That's a little orcish. Sorry, I'm tired. I woke up early today. Even gives a full list of furnishings. Oh, yeah, it does that. Now it does that, doesn't it? I just really like my Nedic architecture. I love my Nedic history. I love Nedic things. Obviously, Nedic is a very wide brush to call a group of people, but mostly like Deathlands needs. I'm a huge fan of, like the Craglorn-esque, you know. And I mean, like, this isn't too terribly far away from here. Just gotta cross the mountains. They could even make it on foot, to be honest. But they said they want to keep this place has got to be hidden, you know. So they had some way to magically hide it. I'm guessing Apocrypha might even just be like an eye. Like I'm expecting like an eye somewhere, probably like a circle with an eye in it. Maybe even just straight up using Hermaeus Mora's symbol as a symbol. Obviously, clicking on the Tavani Peninsula would open up that eye. Oh, God. That reminds me. Good Lord. We got our Lore Master's Archive today. Let's see, I've got, like, what, 4 hours before I gotta go to bed? Yeah, because I gotta be up in around 12 hours. That's not bad. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. So, I'm gonna tap out here for a second. Are you all ready to not see me? That's right, I'm gonna vanish. Let's see. Not ending the stream, I'm just gonna like physically vanish. First of all, the crabs are angry at me because I killed some of them for the Endeavor, and I don't want to be around them because they're probably starting to plot my demise. So I'm gonna get somewhere safe. So, around mid-February, the beginning of February, they opened up a Lore Master's Archive about the Telvanni. Our first Lore Master's Archive of the year. I think it's pretty good. This one, I believe like the past one or two, were written by Michael Zhang, the new Lore Master. Well, he's the new Lore Master, but he's not new to the game, you know. Usually the Lore Master position, you're a writer for the game, writing quests, dialogue, you know your lore, right? And then, you know, if there needs to be a fill-in, I need to repair my armor at some point. Needs to be a fill-in, they pick a writer, I think, usually. So, okay. So give me a second. Let's do... Oh, I'm still in the call? And my stream probably still says with family, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay. I'm going to bring this over here and then pull it up. Zoop. Okay. Lore Master Archive, House Telvanni. So I'm going to be going through this for those that have not read it. This is going to be it kind of read by Devay Sphere, you know, the absolutely ancient Dunmer sorcerer who like lives forever. I'm not sure how he is still sane because he lived so long. And also he is a very strange individual. Okay, so here we've got so basically people submit their questions for the Lore Master's Archive. That you submit your questions usually in character as a you know your Elder Scrolls character, and Devay Sphere will respond to it like he's getting mail, and he'll write you back. You know, your collection of crates grows. Sweet. I am Devade Thvir, greatest mage of our era, master of extraplanar travel, renowned scholar of Daedric artifacts, and generous patron to the University of Gwillem. I actually don't know if we knew this. I don't know if we knew that he interacted at all with the University of Gwillem, which is a very vague university that doesn't. I don't know if it's a place or just a group. For all I know, it's just a group. But you hear about it a lot. Various different, findings are reported by the University of Gwillem. And I just don't know if it's a place. I would really like to see the University of Gwillem if it's like an actual location and the group just like has it as a headquarters. I don't know. I have been asked as part of the university's ongoing series to provide you, the layperson, with knowledge of the wider world. If you're reading this, it is my assumption you have wits enough to understand the import of my words. Settle yourself and attend. The subject in discussion today is the Great House Telvanni. In truth, I imagine I was the only individual of any import who deigned to respond to the submitted questions. Take my words as truth, or don't. It matters very little to me. My only goal in responding to these inquiries is to somewhat lift the veil of secrecy on the greatest of the great houses in Morrowind, to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt the primacy, power, and position in the world. Tel Telvanni stands alone. If you learn nothing else here today, learn that. So, when this was announced in February, at I don't know, I think it was the 9th, somewhere around there, it was scary, because everyone was on edge when they announced the Telvanni Peninsula literally being the entire peninsula of Eastern Morrowind, and people got very angry because technically the maps that we've been seeing of later eras say that the Telvanni Peninsula is merely the tip and the islands and not the entire thing, which is usually what House Indoril areas, and so that confused a lot of people. And then they announced this Lore Master's Archive for the Telvanni, and so everyone and their cat asked about this, Telvanni thing. What's with the Telvanni? You guys don't listen to lore, etc., etc. I doubt people were that rude, but everyone was asking about it. So obviously, I was very nervous because I was thinking, if they don't answer this question in any way, be it good or bad, I'm gonna have to deal with it all year. Actually, for the rest of my life of being a lore guy, everyone's gonna complain to me about this, and I'm gonna be so stressed. So they at least give an answer here. It's not the most complex answer, but I will give it to you. Here's the question, obviously being the first one, because they're like, let's just get this over with. Has Telvanni always controlled the area surrounding Necrom, or has that land changed hands multiple times throughout history? I get the impression the political map of Morrowind is always shifting, with different Dunmer houses enforcing ancestral claims, purchasing or inheriting land, and finding many ways to manipulate their way to the top. What's the history of this so-called Telvanni Peninsula in that regard? Ash of Singing Flame, historian. In reviewing the submitted questions, this issue of geography and politics seemed paramount in importance. It arose in several questions in various ways. Let's deal with this directly. I love how Devade Thvir is literally talking about how everyone's asking about this for some reason. It's just funny to actually hear it like a reference. Like, this is now lore. Devade Thvir is canonically referenced. He's like, shut up, everybody. Maps are tools, nothing more, nothing less. Standing in the Ashlands, a wayfinding map is a tool of survival, able to assist you in finding your way to safety. Similarly, a ship's map may aid a sailor in finding a calm harbor far from home. But political maps that claim to represent the truth of land claimed by force of blade and spell, these maps aren't tools for the reader, they're tools for the map makers. They speak of great strength when perhaps none exists. They speak of boundaries and borders that may exist only in the minds of people burdened by overheavy crowds. To offer a contemporary example, have you ever seen a map of the front in the war between the three alliances? Do you believe that map was accurate for more than a day at most? And, as always, remember that every written thing you read is subjective, even the words of Devade Thvir. which I believe is actually, I think there's a typo there. It's supposed to be a Y, isn't there? I just noticed that. I read this when I was very tired. Is there a Y there? Maybe, no, am I tired now? No, there's supposed to be a Y there. He wrote his own name wrong. We're going to have to SIC that on the UESP. It probably already is, to be honest. This is all context. With that in place, the historian's question is easily answered. The great houses have skirmished to claim the length and breadth of the peninsula in the same way they have warred for control of Vardenfell, or Stonefalls, or Deshaun. Any map that claims to fully represent political control of a region as heavily contested as Morrowind are guidelines at best. Even today, as the Three Banners War rages, my people continue their great game of strike and counter-strike. Gloved hands grip gilded blades as the strong vie to rule the weak. All that said, I would be remiss in not issuing a firm and clear warning. Anyone claiming that the Great House Telvanni is not master of its domain is sorely mistaken. It is called the Telvanni Peninsula, for the house controls the whole of the territory from its base to its tip, crowned by the island palace of Port Telvannis beyond. The city of Necrom, of course, is a somewhat complicated subject, which I will address head on. But if you have reason to fear the Great House, do not sail for Firewatch. Stay far away from Gorn. House Telvanni's rule within these borders is undisputed, and its reach, its power, and vengeance is a terrible thing to behold. So, it could be that, to be honest, it could be that for the most part, Telvanni owns this place for a while, and then, I don't know, I mean, it could even be that it remains this way, always. But probably not, because there's too many maps later on that say that Indril hangs out in this area. I actually don't, to be honest, I don't know where most people are getting the information about the Great House political positionings. I think it might be Pocket Guide to the Empire, which dates back to, I believe, the late Second Era, and not the current time. There is a Firewatch reference here, though, and Gorn, which is that island. It says stay far from Gorn. I think Gorn we might have in the DLC. I think it's that island to the north of Necrom. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. And then Port Telvannis is also referenced, and he calls it an island palace, which is pretty sweet. I kind of wish that we got a DLC there as well, but we're not getting a quarter 4 this year. There's the thing here. Why are there quite a few Telvanni using the Magister title? As the Telvanni title of Magister is when you announce you deserve to be Archmagister over the current one, and there's quite a few Telvanni being called Magister, like Dratha, Thorana, Gothran, and Shareni Barrow in the Telvanni Peninsula. And understandable confusion. Titles in House Telvanni are not inherited. They are not granted, bequeathed, bought, sold, or traded. They are earned. They are taken. And if you do not have the strength, the will, the political acumen to hold that title, well, there's always another eager house member behind you waiting to claim what is rightfully theirs. Well, in the past, claiming the title Magister could be seen as a threat. That gilded blade again. Archmagister Nellos Autheri has actually encouraged the greatest of the house to take on this title if they think they can defend it. Autheri's hand is a steady one upon the great ship that is Telvanni. In this age of 3 alliances, the great mages of the house have little interest in the ponderous work of politics that the Archmagister title would necessitate. In truth, Nellos, like all scholars, wishes to be left alone to accomplish his own studies. Further complicating this is the reality that beneath the Telvanni Council proper, a number of ad hoc conclaves and assemblies form, regionally as required. Nothing in the Great House can be accomplished without furious debate, after all, and, if need be, a bit of fire and brimstone to clarify any contentious points. In short, the Magisters are a dangerous, self-selecting nest of snakes that greatly enjoy their station and power, and nominally make ready to put forth a new leader should the need arise. A nest of snakes, I might add. I have no interest in joining. Am I making myself plainly heard, Shareni Barrow? Is Shareni going to be reading this? This is Shareni, and I'm not going to be reading this. Hold on, give me a second. I've got a, let's see, I've got a new thing here. Actually, hold on, I've got display set up. Let's swap to my face for a second while I get this ready. There's too much, I want to make sure to get this right, but there's too much silence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, nope, I'm going to make this quiet. But I'm gonna be playing the Necrom theme in the back. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the Necrom theme on the main menu, but I love the weird like sound it makes like at the beginning. It sounds very supernatural and cosmic horror. I guess that's the vibe they want to go for. It sounds so weird. Okay. I don't want it too loud, though. I definitely need to be the loudest thing in the room. Tell me if it's too quiet, though. Two Telvanni walk into a quarter club. Are they allowed to stay, or do they get kicked out? Alfonso. The traditional answer to this joke inside the Great House is they stay. They buy the building, everyone inside, and work the loudest of the lot to death. I think it's rather quite funny, because humor. He has some sort of sense of humor, which is interesting. It is something of an open secret that there are a great number of downright heretical members of House Telvanni who spurn the tribunal. How does the house keep themselves from the ire of the ordinators? By Altmer GF. Is that their lore name? Altmer GF. I'm gonna try to. There we go. Heresy is in the eye of the beholder. Do you think that the Master of Morrowind is kept awake at night by the thought members of House Telvanni that don't worship at his feet? I almost misread that as do not worship his feet. In truth, the Ordinators, there are people who worship his feet, I've seen the internet. The Ordinators are welcome within Telvanni lands, as long as they are on official business. No one can truly know the mind of a god, not even one such as myself. But I believe the respect for the Great House has for the Tribunal is reciprocated. Or, to borrow a phrase I heard from my groundskeeper the other day, we tend our stocks and they tend theirs. Is this Sarah or Sarah? I'm actually not sure which is this is trying to be here. Honor to your house, Sarah. A week ago, I met a mage of your house from South of Mora who rode one of the strangest beasts I've ever seen. It looked like a horse, those mammals from the west, but it was made of spores and fungi. As much as that is puzzling itself, I'm curious as to what would shape it after that, instead of something belonging to our own great fauna such as Guar, or Nixox, or a Silthopper. Redarin Navir Avalas. Honestly, also, it was invisible for a considerable amount of time before it showed up. No. One of the privileges of being Archmagister is that you need not explain yourself. I was in the room when Nellis himself outlined the specifications of this creature and his coterie of mycoturges. I'm guessing that's like, or mycoturges, like mycelium? The best in Morrowind. Based on my limited knowledge of the Archmagister's past, I would hazard he took a liking to the horse during one of his sojourns to Wayrest Sentinel or High Isle. As an aside, I have never met a person who more enjoyed 24 Raven Pie. His ability to dismantle a whole serving with merely his fingers and a fork speaks to an impressive understanding of transfiguration magics. This is an interesting question here. Also, tell me if the music's too loud or what, because, you know, because I'm talking. With Necrom being one of the holiest cities in Morrowind, where is the presence of Indril said to closely be tied to the temple? Therefore, Necrom has the land around Necrom always been Telvanni, or has it passed hands over the centuries? Axmalexia. An excellent question and an amusing name. We have already discussed the quixotic nature of political control in the region. I will not rehash that subject, but Necrom is a unique situation worth elaborating on. As part of the great House Telvanni's choice to reject the Ebonheart Pact, a choice I was consulted on naturally, the issue of Necrom was immediately dealt with. Necrom has stood as a spiritual heart of regional ancestor worship since before the houses were formed. It has been claimed in campaign after campaign over the centuries, a worthy prize to any that could hold it. The council understood that the new reality of House Telvanni's extraterritoriality, he probably says that way better than I do, would not withstand the cultural need for my people to visit their honored dead. And so one of the first sessions arranged between the barristers of the Pact and the barristers of the Great House was dedicated to Necrom's nominal independence. Necrom is held in trust by the Keepers of the Dead, the vigilant attendants to the city, and the necropolis beneath. Any who wish to honor their ancestors are welcome there, be they Indoril, Redoran, or otherwise. The Great House Telvanni recognizes the important cultural significance of the city, and it's with great pride we ensure safe passage to any penitents seeking to reach the city of the dead. So, this is the first that we're hearing of this group, the Keepers of the Dead, I believe. Now, we don't, as I said, we haven't heard about them before. However, the official lore for Necrom does state, let me find it on the USB just to kind of, yeah, here we are. This is what it says, I believe, in the Pocket Guide for the Empire 1. It says, it claims that it's governed by a complex hierarchy of priests and attendants who operate the well-known necropolis. So I'm guessing the Keepers of the Dead are this group of priests and attendants. We finally have a name for them after, well, I'm waiting since 1998. So they're called the Keepers of the Dead. I'm assuming that's what this group is, obviously. It sounds like them, the hierarchy of priests. I know that Dunmer inter the remains in ancestral family tombs or in a city of the dead like Necrom, where they can later be summoned to communicate with their descendants. But do non-Dunmer people who, say, got married into a Dunmer house, be also afforded these privileges and also communicate with their descendants even though they are not Dunmer themselves? Vanessa Gibby. A progressive. I don't think he's just, a progressive. As with many things in the Ashlands, the answer to this question depends on where and when you ask it. Traditionally, smaller communities maintain a hard and fast rule against non-Dark Elves being interred within family crypts. Larger cities like Mournhold and Ebonheart are more open-minded, but even in those cosmopolitan communities, you're unlikely to find more than a handful of foreign names on plaques beside a tomb. I'm unfamiliar with how the Keepers of the Dead feel about such arrangements, but having had the displeasure of speaking with one of their curates who had the imaginative function of a particularly slow-witted Guar, my guess is they're not thrilled. I support whatever choice a venerated family might make, of course. I suggest asking ancestors directly what their opinion might be. After all, a prospective Outlander addition to the family crypt is joining an august and revered congregation, one which might have strong feelings on the matter. I mean, he seems pretty progressive. I mean, he says he supports whatever choice they want to make. To be honest, DeVaith lived long enough to kind of see what matters and what doesn't to a certain point. He's like, it probably doesn't even really matter. I'm curious as to Telvanni traditions and ceremonies on the remains of members of the house. Do they differ from the practices of other houses? What is the Telvanni belief if the remains of the dead are not interred properly? Are the spirits of the dead able to move on if the remains are intentionally held away from said tombs? I'm just a curious law-abiding Argonian, not a shadow scale. Not a shadow scale. I mean, these are good questions, though. I mean, I didn't think of any of these questions. How droll. I'll be speaking tersely with university editors about the propriety of framing of these questions going forward. The Great House sits in a position of primacy regarding Dark Elf funerary traditions. Some elders within the house claim that their observances predate the Battle of Red Mountain and, in fact, are a pure distillation of chimeric ancestor worship with the only slight adaptations for the modern era. You need only look to the writings of St. Vorus to see why House Telvanni understands that the proper veneration of the dead is a sacred charge. This is a quote. Justice is ephemeral. Is that how you say it? Ephemeral? Duty is slavery. Trade and culture are ash in the bonfire of history. Binding yourself to these ephemeral concerns is false honor, false faith. Those who came before us gave all that they were to carve a path with their bones and their blood. Our ancestors demand we rise above temporal concerns to take power in our grasp and continue the long march of destiny. Your prayers mean nothing. Your offerings mean nothing. It is the forceful expression of will that gives true honor to the ancestors. Saint Vorus the Emollient. A bit direct for my liking, but you cannot deny the truth in his words. Now, this is a good question. This is by Benefactor. Benefactor is a great contributor to the just lore community in general. There are a series of tomes mentioned to be in the vaults of the city of Necrom called the Indigo Scrolls. Is there anything you can share on the knowledge contained within these tomes? This is a good question, and one I really wish to ask about, because I've been like thinking about it, like, and I've been mentioning it on stream for a while, and for some reason, I guess back then I just wasn't thinking. It was a stressful time. I just didn't have any questions on my mind. So this is good here. I'm kind of hoping that they talk more about these this year, but I don't know. By Benefactor. For centuries, knowledge that the Indigo Tomes even existed was a closely held secret. Their offhanded mention by that imbecile Tenion in his propagandist work of fiction has caused the Keepers of the Dead a small amount of grief. But as always, the Great House stands ready to assist Necrom with any security issues it might encounter. I would have ignored this question entirely, but as an apprentice, I'm working with Seek's veneration within the house by means of far scrying divinatory magics. I thought it might prove an interesting challenge. I'm a harsh master, but a fair one, and their failure would have only resulted in a minor punishment. Happily, they succeeded. I look forward to addressing your inquiry with a personal conversation. Please let this be a lesson that an unembellished pen name will not save you from Helstovani. Debate is like, it seems like he's threatening Benefactor, which is weird. So, I mean, so it sounds like it's like, you know, if Benefactor gets any details on these Indigo Scrolls from Devaithfear directly, I'm sure Benefactor will let me know, and I'll talk to you guys, because we're buds. The whole thing though is that, you know, I'm really hoping that, because this is another color, right? Indigo Scrolls. I mean, I don't know. So when I heard about the Chroma Incognito, again, I thought about what can I think of about this year that might relate to color, and the Indigo Scrolls is what came to mind. But they could be ignored completely. The Indigo Scrolls, I believe, were only referenced in, I believe the propaganda that Devaithfear is referencing here was writings about Irene. There's a story that Irene, during her travels, traveled to Necrom disguised as a Dunmer and broke into the vaults and read these Indigo Scrolls, and that's pretty much all we have about them. I don't remember the author, but I guess Tanion is who wrote this. I don't know if we ever really learned who wrote this story, because we only hear about it from a book talking about how the story is propaganda, or nonsense rather. So I don't know if we really know the author, but Tanion is a name that we've got here. But yeah, so we don't really know much about it. It's just kind of a reference in like a base game ESO book, and it's nice to hear about these again. I don't know, again, if it's ever going to be referenced this year, but this is at least something. In the chapter, we'll see. If the original Aardvarks are a collectively filled result of a Telvanni experiment gone awry, what was the intended outcome? What chimeric disaster were they expecting to make? By Zerili Fathrion. It is my understanding that Master Varkanel was attempting to create a kind of domesticated predator. Initial trials were aimed at using Ashland stock to transfigure something similar to the small felines found in households across the western part of the continent. Further experimentation would have increased its size and ferocity in an effort to create a novel kind of warbeast. Verkanel's failure is no doubt one of the most successful accidents in the history of the Great House. The Archmagister at the time gave the doting father the honor of expanding his experimentation to allow for a proper breeding program, and of course to expand the Vodvark's line with additional colorations and configurations. I believe they've even developed large-scale beasts suitable for acting as pack animals or riding mounts, although I'm unsure of where in the process that effort might be. This seems like a reference to potentially a non-combat pet that could even carry your stuff, or a mount, both being Vardvarks. This seems to be, like, there's no way that they just wrote this for no reason, you know. So, I just put that in your mind. They might be doing that. Vardvark mount. Vardvark mount. The Tavani are known for their talented mages, and perhaps the most powerful among them is Devaith Fear, who is compared to the likes of Shalador and Vanis Galarian. Do you have any figures from my Breton race that I can look up to measure up to the power and or accomplishments? Perhaps even within Great House Telvanni by Lady Aline Ashcroft. This is probably one of my favorite questions asked here, because this, honestly, I needed to even do a little bit of studying because I wasn't quite familiar with what's referenced here, but upon reading, it kind of struck some chords, so it's cool to see what it covers. First and foremost, you have my compliments for choosing such an appreciative way to request this information, Lady Ashcroft. Your fellow question writers could have taken a page from your tome, contextualizing your true goals within the framework of charming obsequiousness. The comparison to Archmage Galarian is apt, but short-sighted. The Mages Guild is a halfway house for those with mythical aptitude to slowly float a quill over parchment, or light the lanterns in Wayras with incantations the Dark Elf child masters before their 10th year. In short, lack wits. But a talent like Vanis Galarian has shackled himself to that sprawling edifice to mediocrity proves that wisdom is no requirement for arcane power. Your touchstone to Shalador is more complimentary, but still flawed. The master of the Labyrinthian ultimately fell victim to short-sighted sentimentality. I do not share agreement with some of his older writings about the role of spellcasters in civilized society. Sorry, I do share. However, he also has the dubious distinction of owing me more outstanding favors than half of House Telvanni combined. I will eventually come to collect, old man. Count on it. Yeah, you Bretons have a reputation for mystical aptitude, but I would argue that the cause of that success has been a lack of lasting impact on the greater magical community. I could find numerous instances of mage so-and-so making a splash with war magics for a few decades and then dying, or a great divinator prognosticating portentous events and then dying. Breton mages burn brightly but briefly, I suppose, a sad commentary on the lifespan of your uncaring gods have gifted your people. A gift, then, for you and the rest of your Covenant kin seeking validation in the wider world. Research Sage Vornay, a scholar of the First Era who has come down to you as little more than a footnote, but was a keen and masterful manipulator in the magical arts in his time. The adventures and prominence of the man known to history as Giron Vardangro, that was not his true name, are vastly overblown by tale-telling, but speak to a powerful and wise Breton mage, and while I find the ethos of the Druid cult to be pedestrian in the extreme, the Druid King Kasserine was a powerful spellweaver, as any to be found in the Dureni cultures people fled from, which is obviously where I got my lore fact for today. This is brand new lore that you're seeing. You got a bit distracted by AFK stuff, what'd you miss? I think I just missed that message. I'm just reading the Lore Masters archive that came out. That's all. So this character is not new. Sage Vornay was referenced in something. I don't think they confirmed that this Giron and Sage Vornay were the same person. Give me a second. Let me see here. This is the information we have on Vornay. Let's see. Oh, this has actually been updated for what we get today. He was mentioned in the earliest written record of the Psijic Order from around First Era 20, when he traveled to the Isle of Artaeum to meet with Rite Master Archesis. At the time, The Sijics were the counselors of kings and proponents of the Elder Way, taught to them by the original race that inhabited Tamriel. The historical account makes Vornay one of the earliest known Bretons in history. Okay, so he was first referenced, it looks like, in like Pocket Guide to the Empire. It looks like that was probably his. Oh wait, actually, Fragment on Artaeum is the first time he's referenced. It looks like. Yeah. Because this is from Daggerfall, right? This is from 1996, Elder Scrolls 2. It says, the earliest written record of Sijics is from the 20th year of the First Era and tells the tale of the renowned Breton sage and author Vornay traveling to the Isle of Artaeum to meet with Lykesis. So that right there, this is who Devaith is discussing. Aside from that, we have some references. Francis Velen here makes a reference to him. And again, it's in Pocket Guide. So when I look up Gyron Vardengro, a lot more information comes up. And it says here, Garden Vendegro was an immortal Breton wizard of legend. Now, it claims here that he was born in the early years of the Second Era. This was prophesied by the gods as a champion that would be sent down to guide others and bring wisdom. As Devaith Fear says here, Devaith Fear claims that these claims are obviously kind of, what does he say? Overblown by tale-telling. Unless these are two people that he's talking about, Vornay and Vandergro, and not the exact same person. Maybe he's talking about two. Maybe he's talking about like three whole people here, not two people. Either way, I think he might be talking about. I think he might be saying Vornay and Vandergro might be the same person because they both go under the name of the Sage. Nah, the USP here claims that he's talking about two different people. So he might be talking about, yeah, so they're both sages. They're both claimed to be sages and powerful brands, but they are indeed two people, and we do not know Gyren's real name, apparently. The cool information, though, that I want no one to miss about Vandergro, that I learned just today, and I like sharing stuff that I just learned, is that he is described as having dark eyes, an indigo robe trimmed with gold, and a pointed wizard's hat, and an intricately carved staff. Whereas, of course, the story might be a little bit overblown and potentially false. That sounds awesome. And I hope that he did actually have a pointed wizard hat, because those are my favorite. But Vandergro is one that tells the story in the final lesson, if anyone remembers that book. He's the one that tells the story about the Staff of Chaos. It's a good book. You guys should read the final lesson. I don't remember how long it is, though. Okay, so continuing on, though. Also, cool reference to Castle Rain, which honestly surprised me a little bit. The fact that Devaith Fear said that he was that powerful with magic is pretty crazy. I did not expect that level. Oh, this will have to satisfy for now. Please direct any follow-up correspondence to the University in my care. Perhaps, if you find this educational, another exchange might be possible again in the future. If I can leave readers with a word of advice, it's this. I've lived for thousands of years without melancholy or misanthropy, because I have always found something to engage my keen mind. Find hobbies, engage your faculties, stay curious, and never, ever cheat a Telvanni. And they reopened up the forum questions for this, actually. So you can discuss it, at least. So everyone can talk about the answers. I don't really think that Devaith is going to continue talking, but maybe in a future archive. Because he's like, I don't know if he's had an archive before. I don't remember. But it's really fun having him do an archive. And I like that rereading it, I understood that apparently Vornay and that Gyron, or whatever, are actually different people and not the same person. I was confused by the it's not his real name claim, because I thought it was like, okay, his name's Vornay. No. They're just both sages. Anyways, it's the thing is though, is like it's cool to get more talk about Bretons and magic because we don't hear about it all that much. You know, I mean, like we oftentimes Bretons are, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Why did my privacy settings show up? And also I did this because the window popped up and I have no idea what was happening. Usually we get like, you know, all the knights in armor discussions, all the kingdoms and castles and all that stuff. It's not usually the spell weaving and stuff. So it's good to get a magic, like wizard related question, considering the Bretons, you know. And I like Devay's answer. I think it makes a lot of sense. You know, they don't live very long. They're like bright flashes in history. They probably teach something, but they don't really have that instead of a legacy because they don't live as long as like members of House Telvanni or Durrani, you know. So yeah, I mean, like I think this is the second Lore Masters Archive that I've gone through. I'm never very good at reading aloud, but I enjoy doing it. Let's see. I will set up a raid for... Well, it's weird. Locke here is still playing Final Fantasy XIV, but I think I thought he's got it to work. Maybe he just hasn't got it to work yet. Maybe he has to... Come on. We're here? Yeah, okay, we're here. Okay. Nice. I had the color green, by the way, because we were doing, you know, Scrivener's Hall, and, you know, this is Hermaeus more related, so I went green. I like that I can kind of turn my lamp down and have the room kind of take the color of my lights. This new webcam does a great job of that. But yeah, so apparently drops are on, so I'm gonna obviously send you to someone playing ESO, to anyone that doesn't have to drop yet, like me. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's appreciated. I will see you next time. Probably for like a very, 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 very short stream next time. Might even be like an hour, but it will be fun, I'm sure. Give me a second to get everything ready.